Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, music, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. It's a lifestyle. We are The Culture.
Thank you for joining us today. I am privileged to be sitting with award Grammy-winning songwriter, producer, father of six, Anthony Hamilton.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And I am elated to be sitting here talking to you about your book, Cornbread, Fish, and Greens.
Collard greens. Not just any greens.
Not any green.
Collard greens. I could have said mustard greens.
You could have.
Creasy greens.
Mm-hmm. Now they brought in that kale.
Kale.
Which
Kale is good.
Green too.
Yeah,
but no, we're talking about collard greens.
Yeah.
How did you find the time to be able to step back and leave all of yourself, all of your psyche, all of your pain and love and everything else that encompasses who you are in this book?
Well, I've been writing it all my life, so it was just a matter of time just to put it down on paper. At night, late at night was the best time for me to write. Before bed, it's like, all right, I'm sleepy, I'm gonna lay down. But I started writing. And it wasn't until about a year ago that we did the process of making sure that the book came.
That's great. I'm at a place right now where I'm very in awe of how God has given every individual that He created a destiny, a path. I believe that we're all fashioned in a sense to be able to fulfill that. So I'm by birth, I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I tell stories in my ad agency with brands.
Yeah.
And then as a journalist, I'm able to pull great stuff out of Grammy Award-winning artists like yourself.
Well, we appreciate it.
What does that look like for Anthony Hamilton? What did God put in you for a time that we're in right now?
I think the connection to faith, family, love, I think that's what my music speaks. Healing, allowing people to see that, okay, I'm in the situation. I've been through some things, but it's all right on the other side. Just keep pushing. So I'm that voice of victory.
Okay.
And
when you found in your life that a sweet voice when you take your walks, how did that happen? I hear the voice when I go into the restroom at any given hour.
Yeah.
There's a sense of solitude that I'm able to connect with and hear, but it took me a minute before I was able to step back and realize, wow, God is talking to me every time I come in this place. And I have never met anyone else that can say, specifically speaking, when this happens, when I go to this place, I know I'm going to hear the word of God. Until I read in your book that it happens to you when you have an opportunity to take a walk.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just that voice is inside, and it's just a conversation that you guys are having, and it's a spiritual. I don't know. It's a spiritual journey that I think we all should quieten down enough. Quieten the world down where we can hear it. I think that's the difference between me, you, and others. Some people don't quieten the world down and let God speak louder. And it's just something that happened even from small child.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And sometimes you lose it. You lose that connection when you get busy and you start allowing things, people, to take that peaceful place from you. Then you get back to it when you know you need it, and it's something's missing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not driving like I used to.
Right.
My navigation is off.
Right.
Then you get back. You get back to the source.
Right.
Thinking party, but I'm thinking about going away somewhere and just going somewhere
that's
beautiful.
all you do is travel. What would that be for you?
Something talking about like a destination like Egypt or somewhere, like something really dope like that.
Yeah.
You get that right.
Please, because you know the show.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about that.
Oh, okay.
But I need to get it together because right around the corner.
Yes, it's right there.
Mm.
And you got to do a place where it's kind of warm.
Oh, yeah. And where people won't be wanting pictures every 5 seconds.
Right.
Yes.
Now, Magnolia Room. I had a Magnolia Room
Oh, you did?
at my grandma's,
Yeah.
but it was called the Florida Room.
Mm.
Now, what was the Magnolia Room to you?
The Magnolia Room was behind this big green couch. And there was a green, big hunter green couch. And there was some sheer green curtains. And when the sunlight would come in on the side, it had a green hue. To me, it was like magically green. And I'd go behind that couch, and that's where I would go and think about things and create and be whatever I wanted to be.
How old were you?
Probably started when I was like 5, 6.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe even younger. But I just remember going behind that big green couch. And I would go back there. Nobody bothered me. She let me go back there till it was time to eat, or I smelled biscuits. And then I'd come out of there and cover. Or I'd run in there and grab a piece of cornbread and run back in my little space. But I would go back there and it'd be my own world, my own Disney, my own everything.
Now, were you young at the time you started writing, or did that come a little later?
That came later. My first song, actually, my brother had a music, like a label thing we were doing in Charlotte called CNC. And I wrote my first song then, Waiting for You. And it was my very first time. So I was like 13, 14. I wrote that first song. I never knew I could write. I just went in and started writing, and it came out. I was like, wow. I've been gifted.
14.
Yeah, about 14, 13, 14, somewhere.
Okay, so now that we're talking about the young Anthony Hamilton, have you always been stylish and just eclectic and yes?
I've been different.
Okay.
Been different all my life. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember I was younger, my mom, I had $20. Well, she'd get a little money. She'd give you $20. And I wanted these Stacey Adams. I caught the city bus. And I think it was probably like 1999 or something crazy. So I caught the city bus and I went to a place called Men's Name Brand. I had these big old white Stacey Adams on my little old skinny legs. Man, I wore those things. I wore them to death. They were heavy, but I didn't care. I walk into school with my Stacey Adams on.
Showing everybody what they need to wear.
Yeah, they were so heavy though. It was like the Balenciagas of today. I'm pretty sure I threw my knee out a few times.
That's funny. So entertainment, did you always know that was your path?
Yes.
Wow.
From little. I used to say I'm going to be a famous singer. I didn't know how I was going to get there, what it was going to take, but yeah.
So you've always been singing? Yes,
I was in music class all throughout school, from elementary to high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had a lot of advanced classes in chorus.
Okay.
And we traveled and competed, and I just knew it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't think that many people get it. There's something that happens when you're young and you kind of know what drives you.
Yeah.
And then society almost tells you you can't make a living. Well, let me not say society. Your parents tell you you can't make a living doing that. There's no money in it. You've got to go to school and go to college and get a degree, and then you'll be able to pursue your dream.
Nobody ever forced college on me.
Okay.
Coming up, I didn't have that beat me down college conversation.
So you had that freedom.
Yeah, I had the freedom to think and create and be who I wanted to be. Finish school, high school. You going to school today? You going to school today?
You going to school?
You getting out
today.
of this house?
That's right.
Yeah, that part. But in terms of college, I never really had a big conversation about college because by then I think people knew this boy loves music.
Right.
And I was cutting hair, being a barber. I started very early, and I went to barber college.
Okay.
I finished that 1,500 hours, and I graduated. But that's about all the college I needed.
Right.
Because I could take that and work anywhere. So
exactly,
so
and that worked.
Yeah, I kind of had it together some kind of way. Yeah.
That's good.
So they didn't
Congratulations.
bust. Thank you.
Congratulations on the book.
The Culture is produced and owned by Hip Rock Star Media and cannot be reproduced or broadcast without written consent by Jessica Garrett Motkins. All rights reserved 2020.